Audio check, audio check. I think that'll do. What's up, what's up? What's going on with you? Welcome tonight to more great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We left off in the middle of a discussion talking to Mr. Eggs Benny. And we're about to find out what his deal is. Or at least, we're going to ask him what his deal is. And we're going to see what happens.
He's not named Eggs Benny.
We're quite sure that Eggs Benedict is not his real name. Pretty sure. But, I mean, you never know. Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Oh, does he not like that name?
Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Pray tell, Mr. Sato. Pray tell.
Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
2 months ago, so you have 1 month. Or 2 months, is it?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Well, today's the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today.
Well, they're gonna
McGilded.
if it's...
Would have been 15th February, sir. That's right.
Oh, yo, what's up, Rarix? Thanks for the resub, yo. Always appreciated. I'm probably safe to turn alerts back on. There we go. How goes it, man? How you been? In this 10 hours we've been apart after Tekken.
You know how he's been. You've been hanging out with them.
We were hanging. 15th of February, isn't that after McGilded died? Or we know?
Deposited at 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., I see.
What? But that suggests...
Yes, 15th February is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place.
Oh, it was before.
Da-na-na. Spend the afternoon with Rebecca. Oh, that sounds wicked. I hope you guys had a nice date. What did you guys go up to? Perhaps it was dinner.
And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Ha ha ha. How crazy.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence.
Eggs Benny, what do you have to say?
You, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However...
Oh! I must insist you hand over the music box disc now.
Wow, he's not playing nice.
Well, he's not playing around at all.
My own ice was
Umomo. Yeah, damn. I must insist you had... This guy's not messing around. He's going all in. And Umomo for organizers.
It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
What do I do?
No.
No.
We've got a sword.
There's some things a man must protect at all costs. This may be, well, one of these things. And again, it may not be.
Hold it!
He's got a gun too.
Oh, fuck. It's a shootout.
Gunfight.
Gunfight.
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life.
Mr. Windibank, no!
That's not who you're supposed to be pointing the gun at right now.
Alright, that's enough. Oh, hey, it's Bacon and Greg's.
Gregson.
Inspector Gregson.
Inspector?
He pointed his gun the wrong way. Yeah, exactly, right?
That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh?
Oh, praise be. You're here at last.
I wonder when he called.
I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment.
Benedict, you can stop now. It's... The police are here.
That doesn't mean he'll stop.
We would request he does, though.
It would seem you have the upper hand.
Some people are about, if I'm already going to jail, might as well kill you.
May as well double down.
Right, you lot have some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Petty? Mr. Windibank very nearly met with his end.
Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear.
Not the other dude with
dear.
the gun in here?
The whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is the case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station.
No. But of course, Inspector. What? What? Yeah. He just hit him with the down forward one
It's
too.
like he's looking down at his fries. I'm out of here.
Dude, he hit him with that, like, there's a move that Jack 7 has that is just flailing his arms around in a circle called the Cyclone. That's exactly what this man hit him with. Yeah, exactly. Yo, he got mixed! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat officer too. Sir! Oh shit, he got away. This man danced his way out of the situation.
There's been a spat of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble.
Damn, an instant 911 button.
Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning.
Oh, yes?
I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course.
You were here early enough to hear that?
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
As evidence? Huh? Why would you be concerned with McGilded? I thought he was dead.
That doesn't mean he did what involved with a whole bunch of stuff that they're still figuring out.
I think he's not dead. That's what
He
I'm
was
thinking.
Apparently a bad dude.
I'm thinking McGilded's not dead. Amina's here.
Mina and Lukley?
Mina, what's up, yo? You joined right at the beginning. Well, like one thing happened. Eggs Benedict pointed a gun at us, and then he danced his way out of here when the cops showed up.
Yeah. So that was more than one thing.
That was more than one thing. Yeah, he hit Gregson
It
with a
happened
double
very
lariat.
quickly.
So we now have to surrender things for the McGilded case. And how are you going, Mina? What were you streaming? Was it more Horizon Zero Dawn?
She did that and she did a drawing stream.
Ooh, drawing.
It's all yours, Inspector.
Curses, fuck them eggs. Yo, right?
Gina.
Hey, Luke Lee, how goes it this evening? And so, we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson. We knew it contained all the files we needed to crack this case, but they weren't going to give it to us.
But we didn't have the right music box.
We didn't have the right music box. Watch that, like, music box you put in a music box. It's a recording of, I did it and I got away.
I was thinking, I don't know if the music boxes can record.
No, it absolutely can't.
like,
it's only
voice
notes.
Stuff. That's
It's
what I figured.
yeah, no, there's
But I thought
no
about
note.
that before when they're like, but there's supposed to be another one.
Drawing in the morning and some Horizon just now. Oh, wicked, nice.
And Herlock Sholmes, our favorite.
Okay, so no disc for us, unfortunately. Our disc has been ejected. Oh, I could have finished the chapter right there. Well, it's been a good stream, everyone. A good 10 minutes. We finished the chapter. All right, I guess we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night. All right, let's go. Let's save. Let us advance. Let us advance. I guess 10 minutes might be a bit too short. Oh, okay. Investigation part 2. This case is apparently super long, so
Is
I don't.
it?
Yeah,
Who
it's
did you ask?
Salmon, and he is currently still not done.
Wow.
So
he's
he-
not even on the second.
Well, he
game?
also took like a bit of a break.
Yeah.
He's been working on Gundams and stuff,
Yeah.
which is super cool. But he told me that he's like, yeah, he's a decent amount of time in, and things happen apparently. He hasn't told me what. He just literally told me.
We've got some
things happen.
characters that we've met and not done anything.
I
with.
still want to see that weird theater weirdo that we saw in chapter like 3, that we saw last chapter.
15th April, Baker Street.
See? That's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Oh, really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, The day you let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him long enough. I went through the pockets and then said, go on then, have it, before tell me scamper. Scapa. Always pays off giving people look like you hate them.
I can't help feeling that's going to get you into serious trouble one day. Yeah, you just give someone the look, and it gives you power.
What I really want was a nice shining disc, mine.
Then why were you trying to put it back?
A music box disc.
Mr. Winterbank said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, odd stare.
I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Winterbanks again today.
Why not? That's not fair.
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winterbank.
But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for his coat. It was in the coat's pocket. There should be something else and all. That's what the Rotten Cove said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well, and that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Now she's really pushing her luck.
Listen, I brought a ticket. That means it's mine.
Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Eh?
You seem interesting. Let's eat dinner together. Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure. And I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
Really? Will you?
Really?
Did
Did
you
you take it-
violin while you were there?
Oh,
'Cause
did he get
I
it?
think you were probably too distracted.
I don't know if he actually got his violin. Uh-oh.
No, Ta.
Oh.
Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something?
Bye. She shadow dashed away.
Oh dear, she's gone.
Having reviled on me quite necessarily, I might add.
Quite unnecessarily, I might add. Yeah, but free food,
I
Gina.
know, you're a pickpocket. Why would you not go for free food when you know these people already, you stole from them, and they just were like, hey, can we have our experimental gun back? Thanks, bye.
Maybe she just thinks Sholmes is too weird.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger. Perhaps she might turn up anyway.
Interesting.
Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come.
Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for a potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too.
Sorry.
I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting.
You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sato. Until later then. Goodbye.
Oh. That's it, actually. It's just... That's it. Bye. Alright. Let's just look at stuff, I guess. Look at all the stuff. Look at all the different things in the windows of the shop.
Ah, that's Winterbanks, the pawnbrokery.
Looks much smarter than pawnbrokers in Japan, doesn't it?
Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable, personally.
It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. It's so miserable.
You're so poor you had to sell your pen.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo.
It must have been a valuable pen, and you must have had less than no money. Anything else worth looking at? It's not zooming in. There's this.
That's where we
It's been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. Oh, we're literally around the corner.
Yeah, but like right beside.
It's right there. I still can't quite believe it. Never expected things would turn out like this.
Oh, I know. To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Okay. I think that's all we get out of here. I guess we'll move. Oh, don't tell me you have to, like, kill time. Like in Famicom Detective Club. Can't gain access.
Our spot.
Yeah, let's go to Shom's Suite. Oh, wait. I mean, our spot's later. We can go. We'll see. We'll see if this just triggers a cutscene.
You think it's dinner
It does.
already? It's so bright.
It's a really early dinner.
3:46.
Yeah, make sure you have a big one. You're not eating anything else for the rest of the day. Ooh, Shom's is sweet.
You could have a late night tea.
Susie and Bruno, come in, come in.
Good afternoon, Iris. Hello, tiny baby.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always.
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
That's just dinner. Supper will be later. Ah, there you go. And then second dinner. And dessert.
Hobbit style.
Hobbit style. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us.
Maybe.
Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Gina?
Look at those little eyes of hers shining. I have no idea who it could be.
It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting? Exciting? Oh, what a surprise. Yes, that's wonderful news.
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from real professional.
What?
Go put it in your book.
Oh, yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Shom's up to? Let's just change the subject. Oh, what's he? Okay, what is he up?
Totally didn't
Do
take
crimes.
his violin. He left it there.
Oh, no, I see the violin over there. Oh, wait, no, is that the busted up one?
Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Shomes.
I beg that you won't speak to me.
Oh, he did forget it. He left it at the shop.
Look at the smile.
Sorry?
Lamp.
It looks like the lamp, like, just behind Shomes. It looks like a Gumi.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really? He behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does. Mr. Shomes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here, yeah. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are. Hey Iris, where are your real parents?
What's the matter, Bruno? You have such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Shomes, you're wondering? Am I right?
Because you needed a roommate to pay
Oh, hi.
rent. You already said that.
Oh, hi, Cookie Land. How goes it, yo? Are you down to chill with some Phoenix Wright? I mean, Ace Attorney? Oh, thank you. Subscription always appreciated.
Thank you!
Heck yeah. Remember, all stream money goes into DLC for the various games I play on stream, so it means more songs or cosmetics, usually cosmetics. I can't put them on in this game yet, though. The cosmetics might be spoilers. And that's the big bummer about them.
Which,
But
I mean, the first thing we did looking in the gallery
was find a spoiler. Yeah, we saw a cool spoiler because we're like, oh, we're hanging out with our bro's sword. Wait.
I'm wondering, am I right?
How did you...
Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book.
This girl's dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Alright, well, let's converse.
What were your parents? Like, why aren't you with them?
I guess we'll start top down. Ginny. So by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from McGilda case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
I don't know, she doesn't want to come back, it seems
Oh,
like.
what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh,
Best friends.
and I chase after her down the back alleys.
Interesting idea of friendship.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh, so she's like, Cat,
Oh.
here you go.
I caught you. Here's your reward.
Why does she even run then?
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Why does she run?
There's so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants to make me Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
She just shoots him with a smoke grenade launcher. Oh no, poor Hurley.
I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she actually does come. Alright, living with Sholmes. Why you living with Sholmes is...
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Because she can't afford to rent alone, I thought.
Well, it crossed my mind, that, and where are your real parents?
My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oh.
Mummy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before. Is this someone we might know?
What's in the Elder?
What's in there? What's in the box?
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases. Oh yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up. So I did. And found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Yo, what if it was like, he went to go teach in Japan or
Well,
something?
that's what I was like,
That guy who-
Wilson
the dude who-
seems like Watson. That was in the first case.
Hmm.
But Sholmes wasn't there.
Yeah. But I mean, investigated in a faraway land, maybe he stayed there. Iris's father. Father.
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean,
It must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There's some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that.
No.
He forgets everything. As soon as he solved a case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Yeah. Hey, we're the guys you spent 2 months with on a boat. Who are you again? I've never met a Japanese fella before. How fascinating. I'm Sholmes.
Oh, I see. The other day it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again.
Yo, I forgot how to do the case. I'll just do it again. Just get everyone back.
It was quite a shock for everyone.
They were like, why are you calling me? I thought we figured this out.
Yeah, I already confessed
New
it.
evidence has been unearthed. And then
It's
they
the
all
old
go,
evidence.
And he tells them the same story, and they go, okay.
They're just like, yeah, Sholmes, you're a genius. And then they just like leave him. You could say that again.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H.
he
Wilson.
is.
Dun dun dun.
Yep.
It was him.
We know how your dad died.
We know how your dad died. Yeah, he was.
I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
And we know who did it.
Iris'
and
father.
She came back here.
Ooh, yeah, she's in the country. It's all gonna tie together. His father went some distant land and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Oh, we're not even gonna tell her. She's gonna look at our faces and she's gonna be like, no. Yeah, no.
The court will now hear the trial of Rinosuke Naruhodo.
Well, that's what I thought when we first saw her.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like, it's the daughter.
She was like, I'm Watson. And then I was like, Watson already died.
Yeah. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
But it does make me wonder how G. Lestrade is going to be.
Lestrade
Yes.
involved.
Yes.
Yes, we will see.
Gregson is the inspector.
He's definitely Gregson. That's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University, and the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life. So, you know what? What if it was Josiah Brett went to study under him because John H. Wilson could have had a connection to solve a previous case? And Josiah Brett was like, well, fuck, if I kill him, Scotland Yard's gonna have my ass. But if I do it in a foreign country, no one will know, no one will care, I will never be found out. Da-na-na! Josiah Brett, we're gonna get to see that shut up prompt again. Mr. Sato.
Yes.
Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. We look at each other and say we're not talking anymore, and Iris is just like,
What? I think that would be for best.
Think about Ginny coming.
just think about Ginny coming.
Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you.
Why are you not depressed anymore?
You seem not depressed suddenly.
What happened?
Mr. Sholmes.
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before?
We did.
Uh-huh.
Told us to beat it.
Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really?
I think his drugs are getting to him.
Sholmes, how much opium have you been taking?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
Huh? My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh,
I have a violin.
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows.
Is that
oh, another music box disc.
the other thing?
No, not another disc, Miss Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc.
I stole it.
Oh my.
Then what is it doing here?
You know what times, Mr. Naruhodo? I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
He's just like,
I was inspired by Lestrade's style and decided to get into pickpocketing. It turns out I'm quite good at it.
oh no, he's crime man. Oh, Iris is, oh no. Yay, crime. No, don't get hyped for crime.
She's a little girl and he's like her
Yeah, she's a
parent.
pickpocket
She will do
sidekick.
whatever he's up to.
Oh, that'll be wonderfully exciting. I'd be a pickpocketing assistant. And Bruno could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Oh, she's gonna rope me into it. He never looks guilty because he forgets as soon as he's done it. Like, Sholmes, you remember literally anything about 5 seconds ago?
Not a thing. It's funny, I remember walking into this courtroom, and that's it. I don't know who I am.
Right.
Please, plus Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She could write all the menacing crime notifications.
Oh, wait, are we gonna be the Phantom Thieves now?
I guess so.
Susato's down.
Yes, I'd be delighted.
Except you're not part of the Phantom Thieves. You're just the lawyer.
Yeah, I'm just the lawyer for the Phantom Thieves. I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think. So he's straight, so Sholmes is just like,
I thought it was important, so I just stole it.
alright, well, I mean, yeah, fuck it. Tell me about it. Why did you take it? I don't understand how that disc... What? How did you do that, Sholmes? I thought he took it back to Scotland Yard.
So did he?
Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
He gave him a chocolate
Did he
bar.
give him a chocolate bar?
That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes.
Your one and only friend in these times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. So I hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course.
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, you did. I still don't understand.
It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars like this.
What? That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
Oh, so you
Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself.
Wait,
So
this is like
he pressed
what? Yeah, like a
And then
stamp.
had
Oh my
a mold
god.
of it.
What? No. What?
That's pretty sick.
What is this like? You could use this for your resin casting.
Yeah.
This is some exceptional caramel. Yo, what the fuck?
Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution.
How extraordinary.
Why did you like plan for this to happen in
No, he
advance?
said he always keeps caramel
He's just
for his
oh,
loneliness.
he's just always ready.
Yeah.
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful
You
indeed.
could need a lot of.
Take a house key, for
Presses
example.
and stuff.
A simple press, and its unique form is duplicated.
Oh my god, so that caramel, he wasn't fucking around with that. It was a legit tool. And then if you make it back home at the end of the day, you didn't use it, you get a snack. Oh my god, that's... Sholmes, you're nuts. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without a heart. Not only can I burglarize people, I will also have a snack with me.
I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without a high sucrose nourishment.
Yes, it sounds illegal.
From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played.
Okay, man, that's... Sure.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, alright. The music on the disc. Play a record for me.
Do you have every kind of music box?
Yeah, do you have every kind of music, Bob?
Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea.
I have a press of it, but I don't have the music box.
Yeah, no idea.
None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows?
I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Bruno.
I feel like with how intelligent
Oh, it's gonna-
these
yo.
guys are, they could find out what the notes are.
Yeah.
Write it as sheet music.
But I guess the difference might be in the arrangement of the pins. Because it could also be an irregular music box, because I suspect
Yeah, custom made one.
it's probably going to be a custom-made one to fuck with the case. Called a comb, that's what produced... Yeah, so they're going to talk about, like, maybe the comb could be funky or something.
Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes.
Man, I feel like I've only ever heard one music box, and it was when I was really, really young. But they're like a nice... Like, the way they make music and the way you can watch it is always really pretty.
The first music box to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
Protuberances.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all across the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And as we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played, there's no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
Yeah, there's no brand in there, like printed on the side there. I see. So that's why.
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail.
Oh, they just kind of sound funky and out of tune.
The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. I'm going to get every single box and I'm going to put this shit in it until it plays properly.
Every single one? That's Hurley for you, always taking things too far.
But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution.
But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
So I can fit on
What?
boxes.
So I could fit every music box ever.
Wow.
He's got to find out.
You're homeless now.
You are homeless
I need
now.
more music boxes.
Unless you can find out where this is, you are now homeless.
Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Right, that happened. And like, Zeke's is there just like,
This shit is fucked up. What the hell?
The judge is like that. He's like.
he's just staring. He's like,
Just
damn.
Look at that shit go.
That's a fire. That's what that makes. See?
I don't know, man. The look in his eyes is like, man, that's fire. What is the curse? Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows. Still, see, what if his expression is, this seems staged and elaborate as fuck.
Yeah.
This is quite
He
showy.
doesn't seem
Phased.
shocked, but he seems like
He's thinking about it.
because his eyebrows are like
Furrowed.
furrowed. Yeah.
Yeah. To my perception, it seems like he's like,
A
this is.
general,
He's like, this seems like too much of a spectacle right now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Da-na-na, what could have happened to him? Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial...
The newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
Yeah, because we didn't really solve it. We just got him as not guilty. And even that was dubious. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. Yeah, there's a lot that we still have no idea what's going on here. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what happened that night. Look at this leprechaun, man. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not.
It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's gotta be... I can only imagine this case is gonna tie together everything else that we've done so far.
I was gonna say that's usually how the end cases go.
Yeah. We're also gonna find out why they're like,
Oh, you are here to study. Go to court immediately, and you will do a trial.
You think we're gonna find out about that? You don't think that guy just does that?
I'm suspecting that it's much more than that, actually, yeah.
I think it's time I start getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it?
Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker.
Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winterbank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Yo,
And
wait,
James didn't wanna talk about it.
otherworldly mystery. What if otherworldly is another country? Da-na-na.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winterbank's storeroom gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was it safe and secure?
Well, that may be the occasional mix-up.
Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it.
Huh? Huh? Big shock.
Huh?
Da-na-na. What's going on? Why is the air so tense? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Is someone gonna get their soul sucked?
Susie, what did you just say?
How do you know the title?
You said The Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title?
Yep.
Well, I looked in the book.
Oh, I bet she looked in the manuscript book. It's because Mr. Sada is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, The Hound of the Baskervilles, has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said that he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at the Winterbanks.
And yet, how could Susie here know its title?
Because she probably reads it while you
Well,
type
Hurley,
it.
what's going on?
When you go to bed, she goes to your typewriter.
She just
reads
goes
it.
and reads it in your sleep.
She lives in your house, man.
Ah,
What is it, Mr. Sholmes?
it would appear our guest has arrived. I'm going to change the subject so we don't have to talk about this.
Miss Lestrade. Oh, look at this tsundere.
This was a bad idea. I knew it weren't welcome. I'm going.
What? Don't shadow dash out of here. Gina, you're as welcome as you could be. Miss Lestrade. Oh, look at her reserved look. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? She's really thinking about that book.
Oh, yes. Just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie.
She looks like she's going to execute Susato.
Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer.
Milsom it is, then. Yeah, wagga hi! It's a kitty. Meow. Meow. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as you came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from another without being noticed. We just all are... Snap, we all got rogue class training. Sick, I'm down. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy, 9:34 p.m. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
You want? Or you just want to be able to do that? Well,
Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something? I wonder.
What's the matter, Susato-san?
tell us where you read the book.
Tell us where you read the book.
You're feeling guilty about it, clearly.
It's about the telegram I received.
Oh.
Oh. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
Oh no, what? Summoned? What do you mean?
Back to Japan?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When? What? What? Wait, why does Strongheart want to see her?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san.
They're gonna pick you up.
I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
To kidnap her. And use her
Oh
as
no,
leverage.
don't let her be kidnapped. Oh, she's gonna be kidnapped for sure.
She's gonna be
Maya.
against you for sure.
Oh.
Because you're beating their Reaper.
This is gonna be... If you don't get... if you get the wrong verdict we don't want, you can say goodbye to Sasato.
Yeah, I think so.
I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh no, Susato. We're gonna lose Susato. Knock, knock. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Oh, Iris. Hello again. And Gina. What's...
Need your place to
Why
sleep.
does she... What's going on here?
And Gina, too.
Oh, are they gonna get Naruhodo's room?
Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny?
So we thought we'd ask if you want to come too. Girl
Well,
sleepover.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Ladies' night.
How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
Ladies' night.
You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques. We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? This is gonna be plot relevant because one of us is gonna steal something, I'm sure.
Right now. That's why we're coming up to your room.
Oh, they're stealing something from us. Damn it.
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
She took it from me. What? That's mine. Let me check the court record. What, you liar? I still have it.
Oh my, however did you?
Stole it.
I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius. She is actually big brain.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Thank you. I wear it because I am a man of justice. That's why I wear it.
It's your bro.
All right then. Good night.
Because my bro. Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it?
Yo, they're scoping out the place. That's what's going on.
What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yes, me too.
Oh, what? We wouldn't trust you with our court cases.
Insulting you to distract you. Through
Oh.
there.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yeah, I suppose she probably does. Let's convert. Wait, let's look. Gina, where's Gina? Gina, what are you up to? Are you stealing something? You're right, Gina. Excuse me.
Was just thinking, that's all. I couldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yeah, you did mention that already.
Get off, did I? Well, nothing else really springs to mind, that's why.
What's wrong with this room exactly? I like it. I like this room. I'm cool. I think I'm cool. Let's talk to this little baby genius.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please.
What did you do, Susato? Why are you saying it like? Why is this so ominous?
I mean, she wanted to tell us about the telegraph, and then we forgot about it, and she was like, oh, by the way, telegraph.
Susato, what are you up to right now?
All right, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what all this is about, really, but it's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script, or whatever you call it. It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner. Eh?
Do you think the manuscript has the Giselle Brett stuff?
Oh, the manuscript definitely has got Giselle Brett stuff. It has to. It has to. I can only assume at this point.
They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister? It's a nice thinking Gina sprite. Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I studied them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land. He'll be gone a very long time.
Shums didn't tell her.
Oh, Shomes didn't tell her.
So, I've never really met him.
Unless Shums doesn't know that he's dead.
Oh.
I just know that he's teaching in Japan.
That's true. Shomes might not even know he's dead. Yeah, because if there's no need for the communication around
Because
that.
if he was just at
On
the
that boat.
university for a long time,
Yeah.
and Shums tells her that, that's technically what's true.
Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Let's have these family talks. The Hound of the Baskersvilles is... Iris, this Hound of Basketball story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
It's Space Jam.
It's Space Jam. That's right. I thought it was fascinating.
It's hounds playing basketball.
It's a bunch of dogs playing basketball. Fancy that. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know. But it must be special in some way. Because after I've written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first I've ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say, not now. So please, do not ask me. I will not answer.
And that's why you put it at the pawnbrokers, because you just want her to publish it.
Yeah, so that's why you put it at the pawnbrokers, just so that, like, nothing happens to it.
Nobody
Alright
else
then.
knows it's
I won't.
there, and she can't access it.
Yeah, she can't publish it on her own. Well, I mean, I don't think she would do if Hurley told her not to do it. I don't think she would do it.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right.
Oh, man, this has to relate to the first case. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Winterbank, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child.
She is a child.
I mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
He's trying to not get them murdered, Gina.
Yeah, the more if you know, you will have to die.
I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. I can't pull wool over my eyes. Sholmes lying to Iris, I bet my life on it.
I don't.
What?
Hurley's lying to me.
Don't make her believe that.
Oh,
Gina.
don't make her paranoid. Oh, Gina.
Gina's gonna put Iris into her, like, snooty teen. We don't
I know.
Parent phase.
It's okay, we'll talk about Sholmes' lie after. I've realized I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one's nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones, and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you've never had them, you don't feel like you always want to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris.
Can't see the parents. Sholmes lie. Why would Sholmes lie about that, Gina? What do you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that mantle script or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was in the old Winterbank storeroom, there's no way some from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet.
No, Gina. Why are you instilling paranoia into pure little Iris here?
I'm telling you, that mantle script ain't out Winterbanks. You'd soon seen if you had a look. Even if you think you could trust him, I don't. That Sholmes a liar like the rest of them.
Oh.
So why
If
are
I'm
you hanging with
honest-
us?
Yeah, why are you hanging out with us?
We're in
To
a
sow
cult.
distrust?
I've wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Silence from the crowd. Oh, it's okay. We're all smiles, apparently.
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
They definitely just showed up to rob us. We're missing something for sure.
Yeah, alright. And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then.
Iris. It sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child.
Naruto-san.
Ooh, nighttime. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at UMA University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Oh well, I guess I won't get to know anything until tomorrow things dramatically escalate. Sleep time. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. Oh, in the middle of the night? What? What's going on? It's the middle of the night.
It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone.
Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty.
Well, she's an independent young woman. She's probably decided to go home, no?
I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mrs. Sato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now.
Over an hour? Oh.
If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow.
What's this about? Why? What's going on out there? Can we see anything?
The pawnbroker's still open.
Huh? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night?
There's a late night deal. That's Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery.
Mr. Winterbanks? Oh no.
Simple. If that store was really an old Windbank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it.
Maybe Gina was like on a covert mission to find the manuscript and find out just like where it was in general. Could Gina have gone?
It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry? No, not really.
I can tell from your furtive glance. Well, anyway, we must investigate.
At once. Mr. Sato.
She heard everything.
Yeah, she heard everything.
Go.
I heard everything.
16th April, 1:14 a.m. Baker Street. Alright, who's dead? There's gonna be a body in there, I'm sure. The door to Windbanks is open.
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina. Mustn't it? I don't know.
Let us hope it's nothing more sinister.
What?
Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside.
Yo, serious Sholmes. Like, just any other mystery solves is just like a joke for funsies for him. Yeah, the date is fucked. Oh, the date's very messed up. That's a lot. That's a lot more blood than you should normally have on your calendar.
He
Oh.
off at midnight. He says usually it's fucking 16.
Yeah, so, yeah, he normally pulls it off at midnight.
Past midnight before 1.
Past midnight before 1, there's no one here.
Oh yes, there is.
What?
Salt and pepper.
Ah! It's salt and pepper. Mr. Sholmes,
Mr. Sholmes! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But, after them, go! Right. Oh fuck, it's Salt and Pepper from fucking Chrono Cross. They're gonna shake it on out
A
here.
tall, skinny guy and a shorter, wider
Squat man, yeah. I bet that was Eggs Benny and Mr. Magnus. It's gotta be those two weirdos. I've lost them.
Hello, why are we here? The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? Oh shit.
With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windibanks. Oh no. Oh no. Sholmes! No.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, come on, Sholmes, you gotta live, man.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
I go. What are you going for? You don't even know what you're looking for, man. Yo, what? Oh, he's been shot. And Gina! Oh no!
It's Gina!
Was she bloodied? Oh,
Didn't
fuck.
look bloodied to me.
I looked at around like her torso area. And I was worried I saw blood. Oh, what happened? So Gina definitely tried to go get the manuscript.
She went to get something.
I think that Gina is like somewhat like with Magnus still. Because she worked out a deal with him in some capacity in that carriage.
I was also thinking that that's probably how both Fancy Pants and her knew about the coat and stuff in the pockets.
It's Magnus related. Yeah. Yeah, I think
He
so.
encountered both of them, so he could have drawn that little scribble and whole description
Mm-hmm.
of Gina to Fancy Pants. But he also was like trying to hide Gina for her own benefit in the carriage.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, well, I didn't think it was important, so I wasn't going to bring her into it, which would be like, I got your best interest in mind. Here's some information.
Bang.
I'll be alright, Mr. Naruhodo. After them, go!
Lock room mystery behind that door in the storeroom.
Hurry!
And it's gonna be a locked room thing, and it's Gina because she was locked in there.
And the guns in her hand.
Yeah, and the gun's in her hand. It's Gina.
See, I don't see any blood on her.
Yeah, I thought I saw a shadow under her, like, chest area. From that moment, Windibank's pawnbroker became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn, before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Damn. It could only have been Gina, despite the fact that there's a window open in there and that she's unconscious. 16th April, 6:21 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Hi there, Iris, who's just chilling in our room.
She came for breakfast. She was probably asleep during this.
Oh.
A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home.
Oh, yes. We asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Bruno?
Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful's happened, hasn't it?
We should have some breakfast.
Let's have some breakfast and slowly discuss what happened.
Except that's not not our style.
Yeah, it's not our style. We're gonna go... Oh, yeah, we can go right into it. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but... Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I saw all those police carriages pulling up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened there.
Oh. When we entered Windibank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out onto the street, and I chased after them, but... they got away.
So, it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibank, I suppose.
I don't know, but... that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Obviously...
room as him with a gun.
Obviously, Ginny shot Sholmes while unconscious from that room.
She shot him, then fainted.
Then fainted. Yeah, exactly. She shot him and then fainted.
Of what she did, she fainted.
I'm gonna be so mad when that's exactly what happens at the trial. They're gonna be like, clearly she was just shocked and fell unconscious of her own volition. But why? The thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. Alright, let's run down the list. What's Sholmes up to?
He's been shot.
So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris. But I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to hospital this morning.
What?
Oh... Man, Iris, everyone you know is either dead, dying, or accused of crime. It's gonna be pretty rough right now. When we entered Windibank's, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet.
Hurley was shot?
No.
No.
It's alright. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinner's. They're tending to him there.
I must see him. At once.
Totally
I'm
fair.
sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not?
Why not? It's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate?
To remove the bullet, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Injured Sholmes. Well, I guess we're continuing. It was the 2 thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out onto the street, but they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them,
They would have come and killed
you might have been shot as well,
Yeah.
Bruno.
So, there's another thing to think of, too, is who hit the alarm to summon the Bobby? You think it was maybe...
I think that they were going to set up that crime scene.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they wanted it found. So that
And
they
then
were
we walked
probably
in on
their
it.
way out, hit the alarm.
Yeah, so it was the
and
thugs.
Needed to get the quick getaway.
On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris.
But also when we ran out to chase the thugs, Susato stayed with Sholmes. She could have hit it for help as well.
Oh, yeah, Susato might have hit the button, too. Out of just,
But
like,
there's-
genuine concern.
There's options.
I think it's the... I think they hit the button
Because they wanted
because,
it planted
yeah, they
the way
wanted planted, yeah. I mean,
Which wouldn't make sense because how could he hit
the button when he's dead and locked in the room, yeah? No, obviously he hit the button and then wrestled her into that room after. Susato's situation.
Where's Susie, Bruno?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mr. Sato stayed behind the scene to tend to Mr. Soames, so they didn't get started until later.
Oh, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station.
We kind of didn't have time.
We didn't really have time.
But
Things are
the
just...
fact that I'm here now was the fastest we could get to you.
Yeah, things are happening real quick right now. Gina's arrest.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No, I mean, Mr. Soames isn't dead, Iris.
Oh, and this is all so horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Winnebank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. The storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room.
Yes, exactly. How'd you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yeah, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well,
What can I say? Damned if I agree, damned if I don't. I mean, there's a peephole that you could shoot someone in from outside.
Yeah, for sure.
And
You
like,
could put them both in.
there's so
knock
much you
them
could
both
do.
out, and then shoot him.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment.
Can we take her with us?
But I can at least try to find out how Mr. Soames and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno.
Yeah.
I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then. Oh, new party member! We get Iris!
Here, Mizuki.
We've got a Mizuki now. Yeah, it's a Mizuki! Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Soames is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
I can see you're ready for action. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that the bridge of her goggles is a heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable. That would be uncomfortable as all hell unless it's curved forward. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Yeah, order of events, I imagine we're going to go check on Hurley. New location, prison! Okay, so Gina.
Yeah, but like, don't forget to take me with you when you go. It's always a bit quiet when Hurley's not around. Love attic rooms, don't you? They're so exciting.
I love her commentary here.
Different to normal today for some reason. I think a visitor's place could be a good idea.
Okay, well, let's... Is there a hospital? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's at the top. Let's go check it out. Let's go check on our guy. Is he okay?
He's not in the bed.
He's not in the bed. That means he's probably okay then. He jumped out the window.
Or he's not back from his surgery yet, and they tell us we can't talk to anybody yet.
Let's see. 16th April, St. Sinners Hospital.
Hurley! Oh,
Doctor's notes.
Doctor's notes.
he's not here.
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby. The bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not. There's no question that it was fairly serious injury that Mr. Soames suffered. But it wasn't super serious.
Oh.
We don't want you to cry.
Hello. What have we here? This ward is off limits. No visiting. So what are you doing in here, eh?
Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Hey? Oh. Well, begging your pardon then, ma'am. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solver has a mysterious family, eh?
If that's how you see us, sure. I'll take it. Yeah, we're relatives.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he's currently in the operating theater, ma'am. Undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
It has been ever so hours since he went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see.
Oh.
The anesthetic, that is.
Oh.
I have heard a report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is.
Oh, they can't put him to sleep.
Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that you won't be back here for several hours yet.
I see. The plot has stopped us from actually coming here. We should have come back later. But we have to check, for Iris' sake.
Poor Hurley.
We came here so that she could worry more. Is there anything worth looking at in here? This is probably worth looking at.
The doctor's notes?
It is
Probably gonna
not
say
worth
we
looking at.
can't read this scribble.
We can't read the scribble. It's written in doctor. Oh, bed. We can investigate the bed. This must be Mr. Sholmes' bed. Go click everything twice and then come back. Oh, God. Listen, man. Famicom Detective Club was a time.
It's gonna be stuck with you forever.
That game left an impression on me. Both in its not great, game aspects, but boy, that escalation in the story in, the last arc of it goes quite intense. This must be Mr. Sholmes' bed.
Poor Hurley.
I know. It looks as stiff as a board, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't think that will bother him.
No?
I often find him asleep face down on the floor, completely dead to the world.
I think I'd call the police if I discovered someone like that. That seems a little less than ideal there, Iris. He just likes being dead, full dead mode. There's a notice board on the wall here. Look, let's see. What does it say? Thought of the day. On seeing any vermin, calmly and discreetly inform matron. Oh.
Oh yes, they have rats and mice in hospitals like this that love to feast on all the medicine. If you don't deal with them, there's nothing left to treat the patients.
Oh my goodness, these rats are getting high. They're taking the drugs. Rats and mice. I see. This is a rather old building, I suppose.
The doctors and nurses are all very good, I hear.
I certainly hope so, for Mr. Sholmes' sake. Well, okay, I think that's everything we can look at. All right, you want to do crime scene or Ginny?
Gina.
You want to see Gina? Okay, let's go look at Gina Lestrade. Gina, have you seen her? Where have you been? 16th April local prison, cell 13. Hey, Gina. Hello, Gina. Wait, why'd they let you keep that in there? Why'd they let you keep that? Why are you loading it?
Because she still doesn't want you to be a lawyer.
You still don't want me to be... Are you sure you don't want me to be a lawyer? I don't think anyone else would want to be, so you literally have me.
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though.
What are you here for? Ginny.
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you.
Well, you can't.
Sorry.
You heard. Get lost. Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got a first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw my chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day.
I wonder if it's hey, if you take a fall for the crime, you don't have to worry about those orphans anymore.
She's normally, people look down on me because I steal things.
Yeah. She's trying to take the fall now. She's trying to take the fall now, which makes me think, hey, Magnus McGilded's got a lot of money. He could really do good work for those, but he'd need a favor in return.
Just to see what I could lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Ginny...
I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried. Oh, she's just a tsundere. She wants us to be her lawyer.
Why are you being like this, Ginny?
Ginny. Where are the Cyclocks? They're definitely Cyclocks on this conversation. I'm going
right to jail. And no one can stop me.
Here.
I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
You want me to sign some papers? Representation papers, something like that.
Right to jail, right to away.
It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it's always been for me. Growing up in the back slums, my whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. And that happened to me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it.
So why were you so willing to say, yeah, I broke into the pawn shop this
Yeah.
time?
You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're dead. You're gone to grass. Dead.
Gina, listen.
Forget it.
I'm assuming we said I
Well,
took a
she
drink
said
for a
if
second.
If you like,
We can be a
could, and then
lawyer.
She cut us off.
Forget it. Ginny, don't you trust Runo? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
What happened?
I shot him
Will you tell us what happened, Gina?
last night. There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. The old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest.
That does not sound like
would
you.
not walk in there and lock the door.
Yeah, you don't walk into a storeroom
He
and
would
lock it.
from the outside and push his panic button.
Yeah, he'd lock it from the outside and push the panic button. Why would you lock yourself in there? That's kind of a dingus move.
But why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get nothing.
You said you loved diving.
You said you love diving. This is not you. Gina was offered a plea deal or something of crime.
Yeah, she offered something. And I feel like even the manuscript stuff, she's telling Iris is not around. Like, that could be part of the deal. That might be what they wanted.
Gina,
What?
are you sure the true reason wasn't something else?
Oh, give it a rest. What would be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
Unforgivable.
She lied in the Magnus case.
Did you lie in the Magnus case? What do you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help. Nope.
Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now. Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I want to give you this. Something to remember me by.
The snowman.
The snowman? What?
In
In the previous case, yeah. Photograph a print of a really adorable cat. Yeah, look at that cat. It's adorable.
I found one in the pockets of his coat. Ain't no point in me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in a pocket of that overcoat.
Let me examine it. Let me examine it. I need to see the back of it.
Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye.
Yeah, if it was in the overcoat pocket, then it was in the pawn shop.
Yeah.
The stabbing case, so.
Ginny.
It's just a generic snowman.
It's a generic snowman. Photograph depicting a sweet little white cat obtained from Gina while interviewing her in her prison cell. That was not in the pocket before, because she checked the pockets and there was nothing.
Yep.
Let me check. What is it? Let me see it. Ah ha ha! There we go. Here we go. Info. Back of this print here. Oh wow, this is a
Small box
yo
for 10 shillings.
music box. Music box.
I was thinking it might be the Jones box.
Ooh, the manuscript. Look at the back of this print here. There's something written on it.
And it's got the stamp of the pawnbroker there.
Yeah, it's his stamp. It's a real seal. 13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited. 1 small box. Loan amount paid, 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th of April, 9 p.m. That passed by recently, didn't it? Because we're on the 16th April, I think?
Something.
Yeah. It says photographic print is a redemption ticket. 13th February. That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it? A small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Who knows? If Mr. McGilded still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Yes. If it's something McGilded deposited, we need to investigate. The white cat photographs information has been updated in the court record. Okay, well, now I'm curious what they say about the cat.
It's adorable.
This is an adorable little cat. Look at it. I think it looks like a little like Wagahai. I always thought the cats like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. Yeah, no, that was... Thanks, Gina. So this is I can't help you, and I have something I have to deal with, but take this!
Here's the trail.
Here's the trail. So we have the trail. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, but actually secret thanks.
Back to the pawnbroker.
Damn, Gina, I can't believe you gave us 0 clues and you hate us now. This photo of the cat will be cute. I will hang it. That Bobby's really invested in that. I mean, it's the most obvious thing there.
Well, it's also, why is there blood there? If he was shot in the other room,
You know, something else I'm thinking of.
why is there blood there?
Yeah, why is there blood there just even at all?
That's what I
Yeah.
think. They shot him there, moved him,
Yeah.
and then have a smear.
How did they even get the blood? Like, he was shot in the back. I don't know what angle you get for that much blood out that way. That seems a little nuts. I want a better look at it. Also, if you look at the relative size of things in this photo, that shoe in the top, just left of the top of the Bobby's head, is
real big.
fucking massive. I guess they pawned it because they knew that no one else was going to buy it. What a nice, irrelevant cat. Something else to note is that cat photo is the same size as the, like, stereoscopic image viewer. So, that's also a fun little thing to take into account in case that's relevant for some reason. Oh, wow. Things are bustling. Where's
There's
Greg's?
broken stuff on the ground there.
This is where it happened, then. Last night.
That's right. The 2 thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables. I mean, they were looking for specific valuable, I would assume. Otherwise, they would take, like, just everything, right?
But, apart from policemen in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a
Yes,
disturbance.
there is. There's broken glass.
Iris?
There's a blood splatter.
Iris, I'm not sure what life you've lived that you don't think that any... You know what? Living with Shomes, clearly, chaos is so normal to her that this is just...
I see nothing wrong here.
No, you're right about that, actually.
Well, I guess she means, like, none of these dishes are broken.
Oh,
It's
like...
not like a huge fight.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there was a big fight, is what I guess she's saying. It's that there are a couple things, but it doesn't look like there was a brawl.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black.
Like yourself.
Da-da-da. Oi! I heard that!
Hi, Gregson.
Hey, Gregs. Yeah, I heard that. Oh, Inspector. Good morning.
Suppose I'll thank you for your vigilance last night. We got seen before it was disturbed at least. Before it was disturbed at least. Shame on let 2 rogues get away, mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
thought you'd assign extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Because there weren't enough police on duty.
Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming.
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see as the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital attending to him as we speak.
Wow, we're gonna have a lot easier time with this investigation
Oh.
if she's with us.
Yo, Iris is our straight up just like skeleton key to the situation. She's just got that much power.
I don't think it's Runo's fault the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship.
As you say, ma'am. As you say. I love his hat animations.
Jet in Black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that.
Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change.
Oh, whammy manners. Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice refreshing fruit juice?
He's so nice to her.
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you'd like some.
Oh, she's got a little adorable thermos. Look at that. Oh, watch it. Oh, oh boy, he's really getting that. Oh, he's getting it down there.
No more chips for him. Herbal tea.
No more chips, only tea.
Ah, lovely. Very much. Really hit the spot, your ladyship.
I don't even recognize him like this. This is a completely different man. This is like Uwu Gregson. All right, Greg's. All right, Bacon and Greg's. What do you got? So, how's the investigation going, Inspector?
Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. Some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact.
Gina, you're going to charge her?
That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you? How? What?
I get that face is appropriate. He just glances at him and she's like, case solved.
How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you?
Well, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat.
And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison?
She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. We've tried to put her there a couple times. She's never in there for more than a couple hours.
Mr. Sholmes, calling Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, wake up now. Wake up now.
The problem is that he's too awake.
Yeah, he's too awake. Yeah, actually, Mr. Sholmes is too awake. That's literally his problem right now.
Don't wake up
He
now.
needs to not wake up now. He needs to go to sleep, Mr. Sholmes. What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Calling Mr. Sholmes, wake up now. Wake up now.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinner's.
Also, yo, what's up, Zinjanta? How goes it tonight, man?
Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all.
Oh,
Yeah, a bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
oh no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down.
Just dropping by to say hi? Yeah, that's always cool. I hope you're having a lovely night. Whatever you may be up to at this hour, while hanging out and saying hi. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know.
Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They gotta stop that bleeding.
But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better?
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know? Because, of course. Yeah, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why.
We better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again. It's a tiny room with a single seat. Wait, are you trapped in this room? It's... Are you being held hostage in this situation? Or is it just that your room is just more full than the last time I've seen it? Which would have been years ago.
Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley.
I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theater.
Thanks, Greggs. Her ladyship, why are you... I couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? Now with the sunshine.
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris.
What's the sauce, Sonny? I'm a copper. We don't go in for favoritism.
Oh, he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories. That's why.
Oh.
I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're acquaintance of Hurley's.
What'd you write about the Inspector, Iris?
I don't remember really.
There's one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson's the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you.
Oh.
Oh, that's amazing. No, just storing my inventory and discarding the excess. Ah. Are you finally at capacity and now need to trim down the items? Is it now no longer possible to sustain? That is unfortunate. We need more 100 terabyte hard drives.
All because everyone at the yard reads them. They all read the Sherlock Sholmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Wow.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me.
Yes. Yeah.
Gregson? No. The great detectives say. He's getting quite overrated these days. I think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh?
So he's straight up, he's like, I need you to like me so that Hurley likes me. And if Hurley likes me, everyone likes me. And I get more money, and I like money.
Whole thing gives me the willies. Can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to sell your nerves.
Oh, tea, Oh, just chugging down that gamer fuel.
Ah, lovely.
Look at that, look at his, like, kawaii face.
Really hit the spot, your ladyship.
Teetotaled.
Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Miss Naruhodo.
Yeah? What is it?
I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it until now.
Do we have to go see Susato and how she's being held hostage right now? Ladyship bathwater. Oh! Greg's clearly drink it. He wants that on the menu. Important message. What is it? What's this important massage? Is this Susato? Has she been abducted like we thought? Are you ready to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, is she all right?
She's at
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe.
Nope, not anymore. She had to head off.
Head off? Where?
The Lord Strongart's office, of course. He summoned her.
Oh, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that.
One of the whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we'd finished questioning her. And she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go and meet her there.
Oh, so she has no bus fare, so go meet her there.
She's got nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service.
I see. Thank you for passing that on, Inspector. I mean, yeah, like, phones, not a big thing, you know, back in the time.
Why did Susie have to go see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me, because he said so. I better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Inventory's clear, GTG, lol. Okay, yo, I'll catch up with you later. I'll see you when I see you, bud. Peace out, yo. And have a good evening. So I guess we're gonna go see, Boss Man. Who's gonna be like, you have wasted 3 seconds of my time.
I only have 1 minute to talk to you.
I have 2 minutes before my scheduled bathroom break. I don't want to shit my pants, do you understand? 16th April, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Later, yo. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. Maybe there's a dude in there. Huh? You don't know.
So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh. Oh, yo, a deal has been made. Susato-san and Lord Strongheart. Uh-oh.
But he telegrammed before any of this happened.
Yeah, yo, was this like, an advanced setup? He's like, yeah, you're gonna be dealing with Gina Lestrad's, like, trial. Because he set it up. He set it up yesterday.
What are we talking about?
I don't know what Strongheart's deal is. I'm not sure.
They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland.
He's sending her home. What? Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Susato-san. Oh. Did you not expect me to get to this part of the conversation?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
We're here to pick you up.
What was all that about? Susato, why are you trying to leave us right now?
Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague.
What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow? Or what if they're sending her away because she would be useful to us?
Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial? You mean... she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
Susato, you've got some splaining to do. Why are you going back? Are we going back? What's this all about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as it has.
That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill.
Oh no, that smells of assassination plot, of like sabotage.
Well, not necessarily assassination if he's just ill. But we need to stop these guys from beating the Reaper, and if they can continuously do it, when we
Yeah.
have to control the outcome of every case
We
that
have-
we want it to be.
We have to stop this team somehow. We are going to fuck them up somehow. Cause it takes 2 months to get to Japan. So after they solve these cases, it's like, yo, send in the hitmen.
If I may,
Yeah, sorry?
you must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University.
A professor of forensic medicine. Josiah Brett, where's she back? Is she back? That bitch.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown.
Yo, he was 100% assassinated. Or not assassinated.
Good at poison.
Yeah, Josiah Brett? Yep. She's back.
And it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it.
As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
He's like, I need the good guy here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the good guy.
Passage.
I need you to get the fuck out of my country so I can run it the way I want.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening. What about Gina's trial?
So Gina has been charged. She'll have to appear in court.
Yeah, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow.
No, not even 24 hours later.
And Gina,
The Lestrade girl and the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker. Yes. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo.
okay, yes, yeah, Lord Strongheart?
In defense of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now.
Who's this child?
Oh, but you know what that is? It's gonna be because Iris is useful.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated.
So, your response to... yeah, you better wait for my summation examinations, then we'll see who's the bigger waste of time. But it's like...
We just
Instead of decreasing the amount of crime, we
kill
have...
everyone, and then there won't be any more crime.
If everyone is dead and in jail, there won't be any more crime. We will have solved the problem. We'll just throw the population into jail immediately if they're going to inevitably contribute to crime. We have far more serious matters with which to contend.
Then murder?
Serious matter? More serious than murder, you say? Didn't Greg mention something like that yesterday?
Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. "3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me."
There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart.
Which is...
It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her.
A timely suggestion. If you didn't say that in the next 10 seconds, I would have gone to take a dump, and you would have lost all hope.
Sorry?
The girl currently has no representation. The stakes are as high as they could possibly be. Again.
All of your cases.
Every time.
But that's not fair. Yeah, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to avoid representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case.
Even though those last two cases had
However-
no lawyers.
Yeah, the last two guys had no lawyer.
The young girl in question has refused that right.
Why would she do that?
A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison.
Yes, thank you.
His cane also doesn't have a metal tip.
His cane also does not have the ferrule at the end. Da-na-na. Strongheart, does your last name start with a G? Just curious. I'm just curious.
It is time I was leaving. Good day to you.
You think he's AG? I don't think so.
He might be SG. What if he's Super G? What a day. Gina charged with murder. Yeah.
I figured he's something S. I figured Strongheart was his last name.
His first name could be Strongheart. It could be his first and last name. It could be Strongheart. Yeah, McDude, yo, just got home from work. Oh, wicked.
What if
Time
his
to unwind.
first
Time to
name
chill,
is
yo.
Strong and his last
Oh,
name-
his first name is Strong and last name. His first name is Strong and his last name is Strongheart. Strongheart. Hopefully he had a decent day at the work and can unwind now. This has been a very eventful trial, so we'll fill in any gaps as requested if you'd like. Sasada's going back home.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do?
I don't think we.
No, we VOD enjoyers here. Ah, there you go. Okay. You can always check it out later. Fair enough.
As Mr. Naruhodo's my personal circumstances are of no consequence.
Whoa, she's like, no, I'm in.
My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
Yeah, I think we don't have a lot of clothes.
Thank you,
and any of the legal
Mrs.
stuff
Sato.
we brought, she would leave for us, so she doesn't have a lot of packing to do.
Yeah. It's a very pensive look.
I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
Let's go. If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can. As a lawyer. Da-da-da. And you know what we can do as a lawyer? We can move it. And we're gonna move it to... We're gonna shake it on down to prison. Where Lestrade is like, no, I'm guilty, trust me. I'm guilty. I love crime. I'm so about crime. 16th April, local prison, cell 13. Oh, that's a lucky number. Oh. Hello again, Gina. Why did they let you keep that gun in there?
I mean, they let her keep everything. Look at her bag.
Also, reloading it implies that she has fired it.
Like regular prisons are, they would take all of your personal effects.
Yeah, she has literally everything that she had on her before.
What are you lot here for now?
So have to muzzle that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
Maybe she takes it out when she's not using it, so it doesn't go off in her bag.
It's for her own safekeeping there on that one, then.
I think I need to improve the way you load the ammunition into that thing, don't I?
Takes a long time.
Just shove it back in the pocket.
Look, you can come in as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
So I just want to say goodbye.
Sasada just wanted to say goodbye.
Stop being
Jeez.
a butt.
You don't gotta be a butt about it.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
Is it about the manuscript?
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Farewell? Tomorrow?
She loaded it into her pocket. I love it. Yeah, right? I love video games.
Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie. Well, that ain't my business. Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put your faith in you.
Put your faith in me. Na, 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 na. You know that one DDR song? That, like, I've hovered over. I've never picked it. But I think Put Your Faith in Me is that one DDR song where it's like the two buff dudes back to back pointing at you. And I think that's also the reason I don't pick it. I'm kind of
You don't want to
intimidated.
see them for a few minutes while you dance?
I'm not sure if I can put my faith in them. Or maybe I could put too much faith in them. They're too powerful. Maybe I don't have to.
But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right. I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to have...
Bro, it's all the more reason to pick it. Craig has them. You know what? I'll play it and I'll let y'all know how fun it was to play on DDR when I eventually get around to it.
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they're so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
Whoa! Gina, this is all your fault.
What? It's my fault? Yes, so I've one final request, Gina. Before our paths never cross again.
Can you just trust them?
Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the fate they've invested in you.
Whoa!
If you really want them to go away, you better
Eh?
show you a sucky person.
Only by doing that.
Gina straight up just, you what, mate? Like, every line, like, that's her. In every scene. Ultimate guilt tripping. Oh, I'll never see you again. Then prove you don't believe in us.
Will you truly be as alone as you claim to be? What are you talking about? What'd you expect me to do, You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. This is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant. And you must honor it, or it makes you a piece of shit. No, I can't.
Whatever these lies are, they are obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? Hoity-toity-toity-toy.
You're making yourself
I'm making myself laugh just to with my own leprechaun voice. The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted. He's gonna just like appear from the roof or something during this case. I swear. Or we're gonna see like Magnus McGilded show up in the next courtroom with a different accent. The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial,
so they could edit the carriage.
I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe.
Yo, he's going to appear at the end of the rainbow. He's just there running and doing his poses. Will you tell us about it now? What do you have for us, Gina? The trial 2 months ago. What's the unforgivable lie?
Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got all mean and shoved me in the witness stand.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it. I'm glad that Ryunosuke is just like, yeah, of course you did. That trial was shady as fuck.
What sort of thing did you lie about? I was ironing under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing. And then...
Boom!
I heard that loud thud. Like someone falling on the floor.
That's when Mr. McGilded discovered you.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna put the body in there.
Oh, he was probably gonna put the body in there.
He pulled me up from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There wasn't much light to see by. When I look at my hands, I had the cove's blood on all over them. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witness on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Yeah, so it was,
We're very much like, blood on the hand, blood on the hand.
You know, they're also dressed very similarly. Like the two of them right there.
But they thought McGilded was beside that guy.
Yeah.
Not dressed like McGilded.
No, I'm just saying that these two look very similar right now, sitting next to each other.
Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat? Yeah, he did. Only, that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threaten you how?
And made me swear about what I seen and what I heard. And about what he was going to do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scarper before the coppers showed up.
Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, and what you heard, everything. He's dead now. What can he do? He is, yeah, supposedly. I don't think he's dead, man. He's not. He's definitely Pepper of the Salt and Pepper that walked by. Whoa, what you saw, what you heard, and after the event. Let's knock him out the list. So McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
So how much could you really have seen?
Yeah, so how much could you really have seen?
Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor. Let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by the arm. That's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny.
A disc? The disc? Do you mean...
Yeah, that's it. The one that we took off me at Winterbanks.
So the music box disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus.
Not for long. McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket.
So that disc was inside the omnibus 2 months ago, the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
The bog trotter told me I wasn't to mutter a word of it to no one.
Yeah, so what? What? Okay, I'm curious what significance this music disc has. Obviously it has some, but what it could, I don't know.
Because it was so dark under that seat in the cab, I was staring, straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin.
Presumably that was McGilded getting on board.
No, it's the other.
Nah, not only him.
Oh.
Because I could definitely make out the footsteps of two people.
Yeah, they got in at the same time. Yeah, we thought that too. We're like, they got in at one time, one trip.
Even though McGilded was like, nope,
No,
I
he was...
fell asleep.
I've got in alone, fell asleep, and did nothing at all. In that case, it would seem likely that was Mr. McGilded and the victim. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason.
In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride.
But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear him talking the whole time, in low voices.
What? What were they talking about? This is like extremely important, actually.
Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud.
So she could just hear like.
She could just hear.
So that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other.
So McGilded was lying, as I suspected. What? McGilded was lying? No way! What'd you do after the event, Gina?
I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly.
There's not a lot of room to miss things that are happening.
So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me I'd back on the seat again.
Man, who would go into court and just lie like that? Which is like... Except that's actually the level of thing we're dealing with in this game. Who would go into a room and lie? That would be illegal. I don't believe it.
I climbed in and waited. The two cops from up top ran off to get the coppers.
Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Yeah, but did you hide in the box? Because there was a lot of shit in that box.
Right. And after they'd gone, McGilda asked the driver to do him a favor.
A favor? Yo, what?
He'll pay him.
Now then, fella. What I need you to do is to take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas.
Oh, holy fuck. That's a lot of money for Beppo.
He's always like, it's not worth that last drive. And he'd be like, 10 guineas.
Yo, how much is a guinea? It's gotta be worth a lot. I think guineas is the biggest unit.
Yeah, do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, if we could get some research on, like, pounds versus guineas. Versus, actually, I think you should search how much is a guinea worth, in 1940. 1950. Dang it, Beppo! Beppo's just like, I am just an honest cab driver. Meanwhile, scamming customers, accepting bribes, just the most corrupt cab driver you could be, which isn't very corrupt in the grand scheme of things, but more corrupt than the average person still. Damn it, Beppo. So straight up hide this jacket? So he was wearing that jacket night of?
Yeah.
Fuck. You got it.
Yup, you got it. It was Winterbanks. Coachy snapped up the money and ran off to pop his coat fast he could.
I'm just an old man. How could I be bad? I'm a Beppo.
So then there was no one left in the carriage. Miss Guild opened the box on the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions. I see.
Conditions. What were McGilda's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean.
Not telling a soul. Not for anything. But what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well.
There's more?
Yeah. It's the most important thing, he said.
I am after sending the coachman a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? At all?
You asked him to go pop your weasel, right?
Aye, that fiend's taken me over court to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand?
What, you want me to have the ticket?
That's right, and I'll come fetch it from you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it till then. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it.
All right, then.
And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Winterbank so it is, and you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fiend could come along and buy it.
But I ain't got that kind of brass.
Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me.
So she didn't
Yeah, I get it.
extend
She didn't extend. She went to go pick it up.
He's dead.
Oh yeah, because he's dead. But that tells me that Eggs Benny might have been an accomplice, and like she's probably gonna run off with it. She thinks I'm dead.
Good, and one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt.
The coppers?
Aye, they'll come asking you to take the stand in court, to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it that you might say? And what's it that you want?
Okay, so this is just, we had discussions about what I was gonna say, and they're not gonna go over them all because like we know them at this point basically. Oh, so McGilded's planning on making a comeback, I'm sure.
After he'd gone over it all, I piked it. Got as far away from there as I could. He had the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark.
Yes, we know them. So McGilded planted it and coerced Jean into giving false testimony.
Also, a guinea
A guinea?
is 1 pound and 1 shilling,
It's worth a pound and a shilling?
or 21 shillings.
21 What are these? Wait, so why would you have, like... That'd be like having a quarter and then a coin that's worth 24 cents.
A shilling can be divided into 12 pennies.
Man, okay, See, this is why I'm really glad that a lot of things decided to go metric.
Yes.
Instead of, hey, how much is this coin worth? I don't know, fucking 12 of the previous thing? What about that one? I like 3.5.
A pound was divided.
240 pennies. That's actually a lot, then. We're getting into big numbers, because that was how many guineas? 5 guineas for him?
Yeah.
Dude, he gave that guy a house. He really wanted that shit hidden.
Also,
Yeah?
a guinea was considered a more gentlemanly way to pay someone because it's a coin instead of a bill, I guess.
Okay. So it's
so-
fancy flex money.
You paid tradesmen, such as a carpenter, in pounds, but gentlemen, such as an artist, in guineas.
Oh, you would pay an artist in guineas. Oh, which then there are halfpennies. Oh goodness. Damn it, money. Money will never be real. Money is always just made up, and it will continue to be made up.
Bob is slang for shilling.
What? Wait, a bob is slang for shilling? Oh man, that lady's got a nice pair of shillings on her. That sounds weirder. Never mind. Like
1
bobs?
shilling equaled 12 pence.
A shilling is 12. Oh my god, so one is 12. Oh goodness, this money system
There's
is...
half guinea, there's half sovereign, there's a crown, there's a florin.
Oh man, see, I need like a translation thing for this, like I did
Honestly,
with
it's so
convoluted.
convoluted, and the site goes, oh, well, if you break it down into this coin, it's this many, but if you break it down into this coin, it's this many.
Yeah, it's like, so money's great, right? Like, it's like when I was reading The Count of Monte Cristo, and they're like, I offer you 100,000 crowns for this. And I'm like, I have no concept of what that is. Is that a lot? Is that not a lot?
But
And
you got the idea in the story.
and then I had to, like, and then if you, like, look up other things, all you really get is, yeah, that was a fuckload of money. Pennies, not a lot of money. Crown, shillings... Oh, you're starting to get into slightly more... You're getting, like, crowns, big money.
But you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers.
Listen, so did I.
But we were not really intending to lie. We were just, like,
Yeah.
logic things
We were
together.
stopped from telling the truth.
Yeah.
The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with.
Oh, so he didn't... He
wasn't
didn't...
saying what you
Okay,
said of,
so
"I'll
he
take care of
didn't-
the orphans." He was like,
I will...
ruin your stuff.
I will not take care of the orphans in exchange for this. He said, if you don't do this, there will be no more orphans. Oh, fuck.
What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us. He was all just looking out for each other. Getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have... In a heartbeat. He would have had a lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. Probably build some nice park over it. And then where we have gone, eh? Nowhere. That's where. So, didn't have no choice.
Oh. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. You are now leaving this jail cell and going into a second separate jail cell for that crime instead.
But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid.
Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. Allow me to defend you.
A favor? What?
Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. And yeah, money's great because I want the money. I want it. I want the money. Give me the money. If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us.
Investigate what?
The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see.
You what? Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes is gonna be alright, right?
Oh, so you'll do it for Sholmes, eh?
I thought you didn't trust me.
Yeah, that's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake, as much as anything.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it?
Something like that. Oh, we've got some, like, gentle music playing right now. Oh. Mr. Sato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer, nothing. I'm just doing this for Sholmes. Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
Gina's representation papers have been entered into the court record. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at the Windibanks now. Anything funky with it? Or is it just... Oh, yeah, there we go. Lawyer named hereunder in regard to the following incident. Defendant, Gina Lestrade. Alleged offense, murder of Baker Street pawnbroker.
Wow.
Date of the
Not even his
trial.
name on there.
Attorney at law. Yeah, not even of Mr. Windibank, just of that guy. The guy who worked there. He is now faceless. He's now nothing. Well, at least this should be... Yeah, okay. So we can investigate now.
Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
Ooh, maybe. But maybe. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at least. At last. Now I have representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windibanks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it.
It's okay. Relationship will make him happy about it.
It's okay. To be continued.
Good
All right.
stop point.
You think it's a good stop point? Okay, yeah. That's a solid stop point. We'll be able to get more Windabang. Oh yeah. Big lift, yeah. Like, I feel like this was kind of a transitional thing. I mean, we got introduced to what our case is going to be, but the murder of Windibank, I think, is going to be merely a fraction
Yeah.
of what
Like
the
you said,
whole
this is supposed
overall
to be a
case is
very
going to
long
be.
case, too.
Yeah, it's a long
That's
case.
why I'm like, we won't push it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We're still probably gonna be playing this by next weekend, I think, even if it's that long. And you know, if we finish early or whatnot, or finish late, like we can always just continue playing into the next
Have
game.
another game on the docket that's you're
Yeah.
trying to push it or anything.
My next game that I'm probably gonna add to the rotation is probably gonna be Judgment, but that's not out for a little bit. Or maybe I'll stream friggin' TJ Maxx, which I just got because that game is aesthetic as all hell, and I was like, I want a rhythm game. That I can play on my PC. But that's another thing entirely. Back to this game. Yeah, introduced to the case, but yeah, we were right. It definitely involves Magnus. I don't think Magnus is dead. I think that whole thing with the fire was a show. Someone else is dead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I suspect we may still see not Gina Lestrade, Josiah Brett again, because she showed up, did a murder, and left. Because we had a whole arc with the Hound of Baskervilles that is just like,
We gotta learn about Iris.
yeah. I mean, the fact that
Learn about show. We gotta learn about.
we gotta learn about a lot of people, and like the fact that Susato knows being like a gigantic event, and they're like, how the fuck do you know about that book? Like, I'm curious about that, so we'll see why it's such a big deal. So, overwrite the save. Yeah, you know what? We'll do it a third time. You know why? Why not? We're going back, and I'm pausing so we can go to the title screen. Title screen. We're not looking at this yet. Blah 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 blah. Options. Title screen. Back to title. Save again? Yeah, sure, why not? It never hurts to save a billion times.
Just to be sure.
Just to be sure. But yes, so the stage has been set. We see a lot of dots on this timeline that have not been tied up or connected. We will still find out that weird, goofy, clown-looking asshole, Jester Man. You know what? Actually, if he's not explained, that'd be hilarious.
Maybe he just lived in that building.
Like, there's just two weirdos in that building
Yeah.
that just have no impact on the story, but they look funky, so we had to say hi to them.
To prove that the Gyarados actually leased to
Yeah,
other people.
it was just proof that the Gyarados leased to other people. And yeah, and I wonder if those will only be the recurring characters, you know, the ones that listed. I wonder if only they will be the ones coming back, or if we'll see more. Yeah, the father falling ill seems pretty sus, so we'll see where this goes. It's probably gonna be intense. A lot of dots with no eyes under that. Actually, yeah, that's a good way to put it. We have a lot of things that we think are endpoints, but absolutely nothing connecting them right now at the moment. So, let that digest. Watch the VOD if you came here a little late, I guess. It seems pretty evident I mean, not what's going on, but like what the setup is. And what I think we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with a locker room murder. We're going to have a person on the jury saying, there's no way that someone else could have killed him. It had to have been Gina because they were locked in that room. Oh, I know there's a giant window to shoot through, and we're going to have to argue for like 2 hours to get that point across.
There's a blood splatter on the calendar.
That blood splatter outside could have been from Sholmes.
What if you just went...
Yeah, there's a lot that I anticipate there's gonna be a lot of like me yelling at the screen in the upcoming court case, as with everyone so far, so get ready for that. Y'all take it easy. We'll be back tomorrow night. And yeah, that's gonna be that. Have a good night, y'all. Why would you open a window if it's cold? Oh my god. Yeah. I'm gonna stop there or I'll keep yelling about that all night. Why would you open a window if it's cold? Impossible. They can't have shot through the window. Who would open that window? It's cold outside. Alright. Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Have a good night.